Today we're going to talk about values, core values, and what are your core values, and how our core values help us to navigate life, and also how values might shift over time from when we were younger. Um, yeah, it's like, what is it that really matters? That's kind of what we were just saying, right? It's like, just be super grateful for what is, and the moments where kind of dreadful things are maybe not happening in your immediate reality or maybe in the world. Um, but yeah, it's like, who are you and what do you stand for? So, yeah, so we're going to talk about that a little bit. And I wanted to read to you today. I haven't read anything in a while, but wanted to read from this book of prose by David Whyte, which is called Consolations. Says the solace, nourishment, and underlying meaning of everyday words. He's a brilliant writer. If you don't know David Whyte, he's a really brilliant and really inspiring human being. And one of my values is honesty. So something about this passage, he takes these everyday words and he just writes a few pages of prose about them. So I'm going to read this to you, and then we'll meditate, and then we'll journal. So you're welcome to just relax and listen. It's not too long. Honesty. Phyllis, can you hear me okay? Okay, great. Honesty is reached through the doorway of grief and loss. Where we cannot go in our mind, our memory, or our body is where we cannot be straight with another, with the world, with ourself. The fear of loss in one form or another is the motivator behind all conscious and unconscious dishonesties. All of us are afraid of loss in all its forms. All of us at times are haunted or overwhelmed by the possibility of a disappearance. And all of us, therefore, are one short step away from dishonesty. Every human being dwells intimately close to a door of revelation they are afraid to pass through. Honesty lies in understanding our close and necessary relationship with not wanting to hear the truth. The ability to speak the truth is as much the ability to describe what it is like to stand in trepidation at this door as it is to actually go through it and become that beautifully honest spiritual warrior, equal to all circumstances we would like to become. Honesty is not the revealing of some foundational truth that gives us power over life or another or even the self, but a robust incarnation into the unknown, unfolding vulnerability of existence, where we acknowledge how powerless we feel, how little we actually know, how afraid we are of not knowing, and how astonished we are by the generous measure of loss that is conferred upon even the most average life. Honesty is grounded in humility and indeed in humiliation, and in admitting exactly where we are powerless. Honesty is not found in revealing the truth, but in understanding how deeply afraid of it we are. To become honest is, in effect, to become fully and robustly incarnated into powerlessness. Honesty allows us to live with not knowing. We do not know the full story. We do not know where we are in the story. We do not know who is at fault or who will carry the blame in the end. Honesty is not a weapon to keep loss and heartbreak at bay. Honesty is the outer diagnostic of our ability to come to ground in reality, the hardest attainable ground of all, the place where we actually dwell, the living, breathing frontier, where there is no realistic choice between gain or loss. That is David Whyte reflecting on honesty. Okay. So let's just take a few minutes and meditate. So make yourself comfortable. Close your eyes. You can leave your camera on or off. It's entirely up to you. Take some breaths. Just allowing David White's words to continue to reverberate. Not something to understand or grasp, just something to let wash over you like a warm, gentle rain. Just feeling your breath and the beat of your heart. The breath and the heartbeat are things you can count on, at least for the time being. In this moment, allowing the breath to support you to relax, to let go. Letting go of all the busyness, the responsibilities, the tasks, just for the time being. Let them go. Just letting your thoughts relax. Let them pass by. What if, just for right now, you let yourself relax into the open space? Just relaxing and letting go into the open space. In this open space, just taking a little bit of time to contemplate your values. What are your core values? What is it that guides you in your life? Things like honesty, integrity, just see what's here for you. Maybe it's kindness toward yourself and others. Just notice what bubbles up. Taking some generous breaths. Very gently coming back, taking out your journal. And then let's just reflect for a few minutes on whatever came up. A little bit more time and then we'll come back together. Okay. Curious what came up in this inquiry about values or the passage I read from David White about honesty or anything else that's happening for you. We have our topics and then we have what's happening in the moment.